Can the addition of Chase Young fix the 49ers defensive line? Well, I'm going to show you a couple clips where I think he can definitely help. Now, I don't know how much fixing needs to happen with the 49ers D line. I just think they needed an injection of speed. And I'm going to show you a couple clips of Chase Young to show you how he could absolutely change the complexion of the San Francisco 49ers defensive line that already consists big time players in Nick Bosa, Javon Hargrave, and Eric Armstead. But let's take a look at the tape. I got a couple clips for you to show you some of his traits and abilities and how it's going to fit perfectly with the San Francisco 49ers defensive line. Let's hop into it right now and let's see what we got from good old Chase Young. All right, so on this particular play, let me get this little guy out the way. Let's see what we're going to get. So, one of the reasons why I think this play is particularly impressive is because we know Chase Young has a speed element and he constantly uses that speed element to help him on inside moves. And in this particular sequence, you're going to see him threaten outside rush, shoot across the tackle's face, and make the tackle on Justin Fields. So as you can see right here, threaten outside with that front kind of outside leg. It's going to, right when the tackle kind of opens up, you're going to see Chase Young instantly cut off his angle, swipe hands, continue to fight through hands, and you can see how the leverage of the offensive lineman really sets up Chase Young for the inside move. And if we're going to look at Justin Fields in this situation, who I think is arguably one of the most elusive quarterbacks in the NFL right now, and obviously this was before he went down with the injury, this is a designed quarterback draw. So I think part of this and what Chase Young is reading is he's reading that there's no real hitch. Like there's no drop back. It's basically what looks to be a wide receiver screen into Fields trying to run up the middle. And you can see Chase Young diagnoses it right away, and he's able to cut right in front of Justin. And as you can see, he over pursues a little bit. Justin runs into the lineman, and the lineman is continuing to try to block Chase the entire time. But look at Chase, look at his eyes, and look at the leverage right here. One arm into the chest plate, other arm free, so that when Fields goes to escape, he disengages and gets the tackle. This is a really impressive play. And I think, again, it doesn't necessarily showcase Chase Young's pure speed rush, it showcases how he utilizes the threat of the speed rush to allow him to win on the inside. And I think that is a huge element that the defense has been missing. So, this is, I think, a phenomenal play. Again, winning inside, staying in phase with Justin Fields and bringing him down. You can see the athletic ability. You can see the ferociousness. And again, another inside move. Now, this doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but again, look at the way these tackles over pursue, open up the hips, and that is the invitation for Chase Young. You see the hips right there. You see the offensive tackle's feet. That's an invitation for an inside move. And Chase Young takes it, almost brings down Justin Fields. Fields does a great job of getting rid of this ball as he's getting tackled to the ground. But again, the threat of Chase Young's speed to the outside is real. And you can see 75 is very aware of that. And Chase Young constantly uses it to his advantage. So, what I think is most needed on the opposite side of Nick Bosa is someone with that speed element, because you can see that in Justin Fields' drop and hitch, he already can see that Chase Young is coming free and the route hasn't developed in time. And so Fields has to make something happen. He's got to get out of there. And that is going to be a great thing for the 49ers defensive line that needs to get some pressure on the opposite side of Nick Bosa. And one of the awesome things about Chase Young is he rushes from the defensive lines. I guess the offensive line's left side. Bosa is predominantly rushing off the right side against right tackles. So it's a natural fit as well based on where they both play. So these two have an opportunity to wreak havoc on opposing quarterbacks in the passing game. And again, this next play that we're going to see really shows off just the pure athletic ability that he has. There's a reason why he's not blocked on this play. On backside runs that are designed like this, that are quick pitches, they don't block the backside end because the backside end typically is never going to make the play. But as you can see, Chase Young gets on his horse, turns on the burners, and chases down, I believe that's Roschon Johnson. You can see the angle that he takes. You can see the speed and the burst that he provides. Um, that's huge for the San Francisco 49ers. To be able to get that type of speed on the opposite side of Nick is going to be so beneficial. He's going to bring a ton of juice to this defensive line. I mean, I was very impressed watching Chase Young, and I've talked about this before. We all knew who Chase Young was coming out. We knew, of him in the draft process. I never studied him. The 49ers never had an opportunity to get him. I don't watch the Washington Commanders. So, I knew of him. I had a perception of him. And I remember watching him against the 49ers last year, but that was his first game back from the ACL injury, and he just wasn't himself in that game. So, I thought he was a quality player. I thought he had a lot of upside, but after kind of watching the tape this year and getting into his traits and his abilities and how he wins and where he wins, this is exactly what we're looking for. It's one of the main reasons, I wanted Brian Burns is because I wanted a speed element. Well, the 49ers got a speed element, and it comes in the form of Chase Young for a comp third pick. And again, like I said, because he has a legitimate speed rush to the outside, he also has the counter inside moves, which is, I believe, need to go hand in hand with speed rushers. And so what he has the ability to do is he has the ability to threaten outside, get offensive tackles to open up their gate, and once you change that leverage for offensive tackles, it opens up the inside passing lane. And he has the ability to stick his foot in the ground, cross offensive tackles' faces with a swipe, with a rip, with a club, and just get by and cut the angle off and get to the depth of the quarterback. So I was excited when the 49ers made this move. I'm more excited now that we've gotten to get into the tape and really break down his game. He can do it in the run game. He can set the edge, which is going to be critical part of his game to be on the field more than just in pass rushing situations. So I see a guy who can stop the run. I see a guy who can rush the passer. And I see a guy who brings a big time speed element, which is going to, I believe, basically connect the defensive line with a massive element that they've been missing. And then as a result, you're going to be able to get more creative with guys like Farrell, Gregory, Drake Jackson potentially rushing from the interior NASCAR packages. So I'm really excited about this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do this Sunday against the Jags. What did you guys think of what you saw just from these couple of clips from Chase Young? There's always a little bit of concern with the ACL, but he does not look like he's lost any burst or any speed. And I'm very, very excited about that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.